Hi, it's Susan Short with FBTV, and have we got an amazing show for you today? We are here with Nik Wallenda. He has 11 Guinness World Records. He's an amazing tightrope walker from the storied family of the Wallendas. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So we are in your new tent for Wonderland.
That's right.
Before we get into your history, tell us a little bit about Wonderland, because I know it's a very big deal.
Absolutely. So Wonderland was a dream of my wife's about 4 years ago. My wife and I own a circus in New York City called Big Apple Circus, and we've been there for many winters. And my wife decided, hey, why don't we bring a version of this to Sarasota? And that's how Wonderland was a dream that has become a reality. This is our third year here in Sarasota, and we perform from the November 21st all the way through January 4th. We have acts from around the world coming in, some of the best talent from around the world.
Wow.
One of the blessings of my career is I travel around the world, so I'm able to see these acts firsthand and then meet these performers and then bring them over to highlight what they do to our Sarasota audience. But the show is a holiday themed show. It's a storied show. Every show that my wife and I produce has inspiration in it. It is not just a show where you'll come and be impressed. In fact, our prayer is that people come to be impressed and they leave inspired. And that's really our heart's desire.
That's great. So there's a storyline in it.
There is,
What
yes.
can we expect to see?
So this
Without
year,
giving it away, of course.
Sure. This year the story is believe, and really we're telling the story that it's never too late. You should always believe in yourself, and anything is possible. We always have second chances. And through the entire show, there's two characters actually, that will kind of tell that storyline. Again, hoping to inspire others to maybe pursue climbing Mount Everest, even they gave up on that dream 10 years ago.
Wow, I love that.
But we also have amazing talent, again, from around the world. We have an amazing juggler from China. We have an amazing hand balancer from the Ukraine.
Wow.
We have an aerialist that is from Brazil.
Wow.
Of course, our family will be closing the show with a high wire act, and we have a few surprises of that.
Outside of the tent?
So inside of the tent.
Okay.
So everything takes place in this big top. It is a climate-controlled big top. It is more of a theater, as you will see shortly as I take you on a tour here, but it's more of a theater than a big top, to be honest with you.
It doesn't feel like a tent. It feels like a theater. It really
does. That's certainly our desire. We like to call it a mobile theater, but it is brand new, and we're excited to premiere it here in Sarasota.
Yeah, so you'll tell us a little bit more about some of the features in
I
a
will.
minute. Yeah, absolutely. So you just did something really amazing a few days ago to open up the big Christmas tree at UTC, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So you did the tightrope across the street, is that right?
We did, yeah. So
you and your sister.
Correct. So I invited my sister to be a part of it this year. Every year, one of us, either my wife, myself, our family, light the tree here in Sarasota. It's become a holiday tradition.
I love that.
So this year I decided to involve my sister, where we broke a world record for the highest and longest crisscrossing tightrope walk. So we both started on, thank you, we both started on two different cranes and walked the same direction, met each other in the middle where she sat down and I stepped over her, and then we went into the other side.
Wow. Now, I heard there was I know that everything was flawless, obviously, but I heard there was a little something, there was some sort of stuff I saw on social media.
Yeah, so the first 45 feet or so was not stabilized, and
what does
some
that
people
mean?
don't understand. So we have stabilizer ropes that come off every 25 feet of our wire. And the lift that we were using to access the wire, unfortunately, was not able to reach where it was supposed to reach. There was a building in the way, and by the time that we were able to figure it out, there was no way to make a change. So the first 45 feet or so were unstabilized, which meant that cable was wobbling rapidly under my feet.
Wow.
Of course, it gave me a burst of adrenaline. It never was a point where I felt unsafe or in fear. But I will tell you that my great-grandfather's accident, where he fell to his death for a very similar reason, wire being rigged unstable, did flash through my head at that moment. And I really thought, everything I do is about honoring him. Yes. But to literally feel what he was feeling and put my mind there is definitely something that gets your heart going.
Yeah, for sure. But everything worked out fine. So.
It did, yes.
So what's the moral of that story? Is there a moral? What could you
it's
do
all about
next year to prevent that?
It's all about training and preparing. So we train and prepare for worst case. So for example, The wire that I train on in my backyard is 700 feet long, and it's unstabilized for distances of about 200 feet. So it moves even more than that. So that's why I was prepared for it. My great-grandfather didn't train on cables like that, so therefore it was a surprise to him. He was 73 years old. He experienced a rush of adrenaline, and at 73, from the studies that we've done, it almost appears that he went into cardiac arrest because of that adrenaline, too much blood flowing through his heart at once, and that caused him to fall to his death. But what did we learn from that to make sure that we are trained and prepared? Not that he was not. I mean, he was one of the greatest wire walkers ever. So, but prepared for like these cases that are somewhat unpredictable, which is why I was glad that I'd trained and prepared for that situation.
Absolutely. What do they say? 100,000 hours or more than that? Right?
Yes, that's right. And
hours?
tens of thousands of miles walked on a cable around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So for our readers and for our viewers that don't know your family history.
Sure.
Your family history dates back to 1780
That's
in
right.
Austria, Hungary. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I did my homework.
Yeah, you did. So eventually making their way to Germany, which is where my great-grandfather was born. And as a young man, he started learning to walk the wire. Our family history isn't necessarily wire walking. It's always been in circus.
Okay.
But he started walking the wire with another wireman named Louis Weitzman, and eventually decided to create his own troupe. Was headlining in Havana, Cuba, which is where John Ringling heard that this wire act was making headlines. Being the owner of Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, he got on a ship and made his way over there and signed my family to come to the United States to perform in 1928. And we've been here performing ever since.
Wow. So tell us about, I know that you've talked about this story, just briefly. Your grandfather unfortunately had an accident.
Yep.
So was that in Puerto Rico?
It was. It was in San Juan, Puerto Rico, again, 73 years old. And the reality is he often said that that is the way he wanted to go. He didn't want to die in a hospital room or in a bed or a car accident. He wanted to die doing what he loved. His famous quote was, "Life is on the wire and everything else is just waiting."
Yeah.
And he really lived that to the fullest.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you went to that area and you recreated that in the Condado Beach area of Puerto Rico.
Yes.
I love Puerto Rico, by the way.
Yes, yeah. So we did. We went back and recreated. I say we because my mom actually joined me, and we recreated the walk between the exact same hotel towers in the exact same location where he lost his life.
What did that feel like?
It was emotional, but also emotional in good ways too, because of closure.
Yeah.
You know, our family has lived by the words "the show must go on" for over 200 years. I sign every autograph, never give up. And I think it was just one of those things of closure, of just saying, hey, look, even though we've lost someone, we continue to go on. We've lost 7 family members to entertainment. So the reality is we're all taking risks.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have done some amazing things in your career. What is your highlight? The Grand Canyon?
Goodness, yeah, you know, it's hard to highlight one over the other. They're all dreams of mine. I still have a long laundry list of dreams that I want to fulfill.
I'll ask you that in a minute. But
Yeah,
what was the most interesting?
You know, they all were interesting for different reasons.
Yeah.
So Grand Canyon, I had 48-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, 1,500 feet up, without safety devices. Niagara Falls, I couldn't see through the mist. I couldn't even see Canada when I left the United States because the mist was so heavy.
Wow.
Walking over an active volcano, I had to wear a gas mask. And it was obviously hot at many times, and to be honest, the wind worse than it was over the Grand Canyon at times.
Wow.
Very, very unpredictable because of the heat and the way it mixes with the air.
Yeah.
But
How did
as
you
Chicago,
compensate
walking through over skyscrapers blindfolded, you know,
That's
it's
crazy.
It's they all are special to me for a different reason. And again, I'm continually looking forward, so I don't really look back on my career. I'm always looking to what's next. And I think that, look, in life, I think we all need to do that. We all need to continue to look forward. I think a lot of people get stuck on the past, good or bad or indifferent. A lot of times it's bad things they get stuck on and they're not able to move forward. So I've just always lived my life continuing to move forward no matter what.
So what's next on the agenda?
You know,
I mean, we know this is next on the agenda.
Yeah,
but what are some of the things that you'd like to do?
so you know, I'm working on another TV series right now. I'm working on a TV special. I'm working on a scripted series as well. So there's a lot of work going on the TV side behind the scenes that we're hoping to close those deals on shortly. But nothing in particular that I can talk about yet.
Well, great. Well, we'll be seeing it. We'll be looking forward to it. Since you were basically the icon of Sarasota. And a lot of people don't realize that Sarasota has a big roots in circus.
That's
you know,
right,
circus
yeah.
is what started Sarasota. If you live here, you know that,
Yes.
but if you don't live here, you don't know that.
Yeah, and look, I think that's why there's so much arts and culture in Sarasota. It's
Yes.
because John Ringling, who moved the winter quarters here in the early 1920s, he brought performers again from around the world,
Right.
and they would winter here. So they'd perform all year long and spend a couple months here in Sarasota. And that's why my family's here since 1928.
Yeah.
But there's so much culture because he brought in people from around the world who brought different aspects on art, not just in the circus world, but
Right.
they loved a different type of art or architecture and such. And I think, again, that's why we have such a diverse culture, and that's why this community continues to boom.
Yes, it's a great place to live. So my last question before we go on the tour is, are your children, you have 3 children, I understand.
I do.
Are they going to be doing the tightrope as well? Or
So all
do
of our
they
children...
have interest in it? or-
Yeah, so all of our children are amazing wire walkers. They all
Okay.
learn from a young age.
Okay.
My oldest son was a Marine. My second son in the Army for 6 years, and my daughter is actually a stay-at-home mom now. So
Okay.
they all can do it. If they want to do it, they can do it whenever they want. At this
Okay.
point, we've encouraged our kids to pursue their dreams,
Yes.
not our dreams for them.
Right.
And we've given
We
them
all
that-
have to do that,
We've given
right?
them that freedom.
Yeah.
So I think that they're pursuing what they enjoy and what they love. I will tell you that there's a 9th generation. Skip my kids and my grandchildren are, especially my granddaughter, is just allured to the ring and loves everything about the circus and everything about performing and entertaining,
Great.
and is a big ham. So
I
I'm
love
pretty
her
sure
already.
I'm pretty sure she'll be carrying on the industry for sure.
Awesome. So give us a little bit of a recap. Wonderland opens November 21st.
That's
and
right.
it goes through...
All the way through January 4th, right
Right.
here in Sarasota, University Town Center under a brand new big top, right
Can't
next to
miss
the
it.
brand new Moat Marine. And you can't miss it. It is a great opportunity for families to get together during the holidays, enjoy an amazing show in a relaxing environment, and hopefully, again, leave inspired.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to us. This is Susan Short with FBTV with Nik Wallenda. We'll see you next time.
So we are here at University Town Center in Sarasota underneath my brand new big top, and I'm going to bring you guys inside for a tour, so come on in. So you're entering into our reception area, and this is where obviously everybody walks first. And once you enter the reception area, you will eventually see that it is fully decorated and themed for a holiday theme. There are also, of course, eats and treats here. There's all the good standard popcorn, cotton candy, and all of those fun things. We also have a full bar. We have homemade donuts, which are a big seller. We have a coffee bar, a little bit unique to most circuses, but I think you'll see a lot of unique things if you come to see Wonderland. So this is our reception tent once again. Eventually there'll be somebody on top of this tree, and it will be a swaying Christmas tree as people enter into the big top. We also have a DJ that plays music up here and plays with families and children as they enter the big top. So as soon as you enter through those front doors, you're going to start to be entertained. Let's keep walking this way. As you can see, though, we're under construction. In fact, doors have not even been put in yet because we have to make our way in and out with equipment as we continue to set up. We will be entering through this tunnel right here. This big top has been designed over the process. The process has taken about 3 years. I've been back and forth to Italy about 8 times as we have worked on every fine detail. There's no such thing as a standard circus tent. They are all different. So this one is completely custom, just like the others. It's our desire to give our guests the feel of being in a theater rather than in a tent. So I think once you walk in, you'll realize you never step foot on the dirt. From the moment you leave the parking lot, you are on carpet as soon as you enter the big top all the way throughout, as you can see. And we really have tried to elevate the experience for our guests. So one of the things that we've done is we've created a larger big top, not for more capacity, but for more space for our guests. We want them to be more comfortable. Often you'll come to a circus, and when you arrive, you'll realize that you're sitting right up against somebody next to you, your knees are in the person in front of you's back. What was important for us that everybody has space. So each one of our seats throughout the entire mezzanine level, although they're not padded, they're about 2.5 inches larger than any seat that I've ever seen here in America, and I've seen every Circus here in America. And then once you get ringside, you're going to see it's an even an elevated experience where every seat is fully padded, every seat has armrests and a cup holder and much more space. We also have cool opportunities in VIP boxes, so premier seating where you have a private box which is actually going to be fully furnished, so it'll be couches like you're sitting in your living room. Full service, so you won't have to leave the seat. Food is brought to you the entire time. You press a button and we'll bring you whatever you guys want. So we have 3 boxes like that for VIP sections, and then our ringside, VIP ringside is a pretty exciting experience as well, which you'll see in just a second. These are the seats that I was referring to where everyone is padded, they're high back, again, armrest cup holders. It's all about comfort of our guests. Also,
should I try it out?
Yeah, you definitely should. Go ahead.
Oh, it's very comfortable.
And then again, more space, so if you...
Yeah, we want right on top of the next person.
That's the idea. So we want everybody to feel at home, comfortable. In fact, when I talk to my team that is on stage, my artists, I tell them I want our guests to feel like they're in their living room. And that's really the experience we want. We want that connection with them as if we are in the living room getting ready to play a board game or watch a TV show or a movie together. So, our premium ringside is even wider seating, or space, obviously. So same style seats, but you can see there's tons of leg room where you can stretch out, relax, and enjoy the show, but from the front row. So everybody is within, everybody in the big top is actually within 45 feet of the performers the entire show, which is pretty amazing. Every seat is a good seat, but some are closer than others, and some we can connect to even more so, and that's this row here. The VIP ringside is certainly the way to go if you want that experience. And then I'll step up here onto our stage. So this is a new addition to our show as well. We once again want it to feel like a theater. So we have a stage. It's not often that you see a circus unless it is Cirque du Soleil, where they will actually have a stage. And that was something that was very important to my wife and I, is that we had a full stage. We also have a beautiful proscenium, as you can tell, and a big screen where we're able to tell parts of our stories throughout that screen and throughout our audio visual. So we really try to create a theatrical experience. I often say it's like mixing Broadway and Circus and American Ninja Warriors. So that's really what we're looking for when people enter the big top. But hopefully you guys come and see the show. Incredible opportunity to meet me live and in person, see me perform directly above your heads often. And we would love to have you here. The show opens on November 21st and runs all the way through January 4th, wonderlandcircus.com. See you guys here.